Yo, 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 you're now tuning in to Hot Streak with Saif and C-God. You already know who it is. It's C-God and Saif. I got Saif in here with me.
Your boy Saif.
What's good?
Right here, bro. Just chilling.
Yo, off the bat, we're going to start it off with some NBA Summer League.
Ooh, I can't. All right, let's get it. I can't wait to talk about this. I got a lot to say.
All right, start it off, man. Start it off.
All right. We're going to talk about the Lakers first. All right, we'll talk about Lonzo Ball first, just because anytime you talk about the Lakers, you got to talk about Lonzo. All right, Lonzo Ball started off the first game rocky, 2 of 15 from the field. You know, his three-pointers were just not going in. A lot of times I did notice that he will pass before a shoot. Even if he has an open layup, he's going in for a pass to make some wild, crazy pass. So I think he'll get used to that. You know, everyone gave him, a lot of shit basically for the first game.
Yeah, everyone was calling him like a bust off the bat.
Bust right off the bat.
To be fair, 2 of 15 shooting is really bad. It's atrocious. But throughout the game, I mean, we were watching it. Throughout the whole game, you could see that his confidence wasn't dwindling. Like he was still confident in his shot, and he was confident in what he was doing on the court. He also didn't really commit any turnovers. I think the first game he only had 1 turnover, which is impressive. True. Because, ball security is essential, especially in the point guard position. And
even in that first game, though, his shooting was like the worst thing he did because everything else was pretty solid. He got 5 assists, he got 5 rebounds, he had some steals. I think he only had 1 turnover.
Yeah, he had a block.
He had a block.
So defensively, he looked hard. He looked a little shaky offensively, but
off the screens for sure.
And then defensively, he's still young. He's 19 years old, so he hasn't developed
his defense.
His defense and his body isn't developed like an adult yet. Like he's still young. So I mean, there's upside to Lonzo Ball.
A lot of upside.
And we definitely saw that upside the next day. But the first game, I was definitely impressed with the Lakers with Brandon Ingram.
Dude.
Brandon Ingram showed that he's too good for Summer League.
Tell me why Summer League has been way more lit than the actual playoffs.
Right?
I'm gonna say the Summer League has been way more lit. We've got to see the best prospects come out. It's been crazy so far.
Yeah, Brandon Ingram definitely impressed me. He finished the game. I think he had a double-double, 26 points, 10 rebounds or something like that.
Yeah.
He single-handedly brought the Lakers within a couple points. The last few seconds of the game, he took the last shot to win it.
He got that steal too.
Yeah, he got the steal.
And
he got
the timeout. 4 seconds left. It was crazy.
He shot the buzzer beater. He missed, unfortunately, and he actually cramped up. So that was a shaky.
You
scary
called
moment.
that too. You called that. You're like, that's a cramp right there. That's just sad.
Because he immediately he just grabbed his calf and couldn't really put any pressure on it. Yeah. But I was holding my breath.
Me too.
Being a Laker fan, I was holding my breath.
Yeah, I was hyped. I was hyped, but then I was just like, if we're gonna lose Brandon Ingram, none of this is worth it. None of this Summer League stuff is worth it, man. I'll just wait.
So Magic essentially just pulled the plug on Brandon Ingram.
He almost had a heart attack. You should have seen his face. I want to put a clip of his face right here next to me, just he was just like, no, I'm cutting it off, and even Brandon Ingram was just like, I'm chilling, but he's just nah.
It's just a precautionary thing. I think. It was just a cramp, like we said. So he's going to be ready for training camp and everything. But he's definitely not going to play any more games in the Summer League because the first game was just enough. He's better than a lot of those guys, and you could tell. You could tell on the court.
Yeah, there's really no need. He looked like a baby Kevin Durant out there. Yeah. He looked like. Oh man, he's ready to lead the team, I think, and what he'll look like in a couple years is going to be ridiculous too, because he's still 19. He's not even 20 yet.
He's not even 20 yet.
He can still grow physically and
he did grow. A lot of the trainers are saying that Brandon Ingram put on he grew at least an inch. So maybe I think he might be walking around 6'10", 6'9", 6'10". So that's
Kevin Durant
great.
Status, baby.
Yeah, that's some upside for Laker fans. There was a lot of nice little bright spots during the first Summer League game as well. Thomas Bryant, another rookie.
Dude, I love that guy.
He showed some hustle and some grit off the bench, and there's a lot of good things going for the Lakers organization, for LA in general.
Yeah, Dude, another thing about Lonzo Ball, though, like his defense, the way he plays is not great, but you can tell he's like trying because he comes for that help defense. Always tries to swat the ball away from like whoever he's next to, and he's always willing to like play as a team, even on defense. That's the best part about it.
And I think another thing about the leadership that he brings to the team, because his pass first mentality, you could already see the contagiousness of that. You could see players making extra passes. You could see players looking for the open shot, the open guy.
Yeah.
And his outlet passing is wow.
Dude, he didn't even play the last game against the Kings, and the passing was still great on the team. Like everyone was just taking it in. And everyone was
giving him credit for that. Like, it all started with Lonzo. It all started with Zoe.
Yeah.
And I'm like,
people are saying he changed the culture in LA right now. And you saw how many people came to watch that game?
Yeah.
Dude, it looked like a playoff game. They sold out. It was
And we haven't even talked about Lonzo's second Summer League game where he recorded a triple-double.
Yeah. 11 points, rebounds, and assists.
Yeah, that was crazy. Like his outlet passing, I'm telling you, his outlet passing is great, and his vision is great, and I like the way he crashes the boards and starts the break.
So unselfish. He doesn't care about his stats besides making sure that he gets an assist, I'm sure, because that's what he's known for. But like that helps the team. That's like,
and the leading scorer of that game was it was against the Celtics. The leading scorer of the game was I think his name's Kyle Kuzma. Kyle Kuzma had 31 points.
Yeah, he was drafted with the 30th pick too, right?
Yes, I think he was traded
with the
Nets. He was in the D'Angelo Russell Timofey Mozgov trade.
Beast.
Yeah, so the Lakers are just adding depth, adding youth to their bench, and I mean, Summer League's just a little preview of what we're gonna see in the regular season. Obviously,
we ain't seen nothing yet.
We haven't seen anything yet. The competition is obviously not up to par with regular season, but
not even close.
It's good to get like you could taste the basketball. You could taste it coming. You could taste the atmosphere.
Pause.
You know what I mean?
I'm just playing. No, but for real though, it's cool because you could see like players like Brandon Ingram, Zubac. I mean, this is just for Laker fans and like the other vets who have been on the team now. Not the vets, but the guys who have played a whole rookie year.
Yeah.
So like we got to see NBA talent there too. It wasn't just like a bunch of prospects.
Yeah, that's true.
Can we talk about Jason Tatum really quick?
Yeah. Because I was about to say.
All right, because he played with Lonzo when he played against Lonzo when Lonzo got the triple-double. It was Lakers versus the Celtics.
Yeah.
This guy had an amazing game. He had like 26 points and 10 rebounds, but he was like 90% from the field. Or he had like,
his field goal percentage was high. I think he only missed like 6 shots or something like that.
Like he couldn't miss.
He could not miss.
He was taking hard shots too.
He turned it on in the second half. He was more aggressive in the second half. Yep. And I think he made a buzzer beater at the
He made the buzzer beater at the end of the third quarter.
Yeah.
And it was
banked
sweet.
in a 3. His turnaround, his spinning fadeaway is nice.
Yeah, right on the baseline, that turnaround fade. Yeah, he looks like LeBron out there. It's crazy. Like,
yeah, he's a stretch, or he's a wing player.
6'8", right?
6'8". I think his wingspan is like 7 feet. Funny thing about Jason Tatum, he said that his favorite player ever was the one, the only Kobe
the Mamba
Bryant, and he said it's kind of hard to admit that because he's a Celtic, but I mean that rivalry.
Even they know they're Laker fans. Right? All,
That's what I'm saying. Like Celtics just wish they were Lakers.
They wish.
Shouts out to Boston.
They're the great value version of the Lakers. They're the generic brand,
Oh man, not so good news for Philadelphia fans, for Sixers fans. Markelle Fultz actually sprained his ankle while trying to get a chase down block. He actually stepped on the player's foot and just bam.
Wait. You're telling me another Sixers draft pick got injured before the season started?
Right? Isn't that crazy?
I feel like, deja vu, man. I feel like deja vu right now.
I feel like this has happened 3 years in a row with their top prospects.
Who was it? Ben Simmons. We had Joel Embiid, Markelle Fultz. You even had Jahlil Okafor.
Oh, yeah. Jahlil Okafor was hurt.
He played like 50 games that season before he got injured. Jesus. And Nerlens Noel. same thing.
Yep, they're just a bunch of injury-prone guys on that. No, but
it's sad.
Fultz,
you never want to see a player get injured. Honestly,
it was just a mild sprain. He should be fine. I don't know if he's going to be able to return for summer league or not, but I mean that kid's good too. That guy.
Kid, I wonder how it's going to work with them though, because they're all so young. But like, Fultz played point guard at Washington State when he went there. But Ben Simmons says, "I'm the starting point guard. I'm a 6'10" point guard." And he's going to be moved to shooting guard. Markelle is going to be moved to shooting guard. So
and they still have JJ Redick in the mix.
Yep, some shooters, man. They got
that starting five. That starting five is just going to be weird.
It's going to be weird, but I think they got a lot of room, like not to grow, but like to grow. So they're gonna grow actually.
Yeah, that starting five. It's probably going to be Fultz at the 1, Redick at the 2, Simmons, and then Dario and Embiid.
Yeah. And Dario is a beast too. He's a great shooter.
Yeah, Dario is a beast. So there's a lot of things going on in summer league right now. We haven't even talked about Dennis Smith Jr. Yeah, Dennis Smith Jr. is out here putting a freaking clinic on warm up dunks.
I love that guy.
This guy gets up there. It's ridiculous. If you guys haven't seen any of Dennis Smith's dunks, like you guys need to check that out. He's
viral.
He's
viral,
the real deal. Dennis Smith Jr., man, check it out. Dallas Mavs. I think he's going to be starting point guard for them too, or maybe 6 man.
Yep.
But
we should talk about more Dennis Smith Jr. after the break.
I agree. So we'll be right back. Stay tuned. We got more news coming. We got some NFL news. We got some international soccer news. We got more basketball because it's lit. So just stay tuned. Hot Streak. We'll be right back.
Welcome back to the Hot Streak Podcast. It's your boy Saif, and I got my dog
See God in the cut. What's good?
And we're back. We're going to be talking about that boy Dennis Smith. Just to start it off, he's done amazing. He's really impressed me for a 9th pick. Like this draft has been deep, and I partly think that because of him and like other players who just go late. But wow, this guy's amazing.
He snuck into the top 10. A lot of people didn't really have him that high up. I feel like he's a good fit in Dallas because Dallas doesn't really even have a point guard. They could start. Basically, when you're a young team in the West, or when you're not even a strong caliber team in the West, you're rebuilding. Yeah, you're rebuilding regardless. So Dallas is definitely in the early stages of a rebuild. I mean, Dirk is still around. He just signed a 2-year deal, right?
Yeah, and Mark Cuban, this guy can't really keep his mouth closed, but he was talking at the Summer League, and he straight up said, we're rebuilding right now, but if we were in the East, we wouldn't be rebuilding.
Yeah, he said he wants to ask Adam Silver if the Mavericks could just be in the East.
He's a savage, man. He's a savage. He said, I'm going to kidnap him until...
Yeah. So Dennis Smith, one of the silver linings for the Mavericks right now, he's impressed in Summer League. His second game, he had a nice stat line of 25 points, 8 of 14 shooting, including 3 from 5 from 3, and he also had 8 rebounds, 4 assists, and 4 steals. So if you look at that, and you could say like, okay, I see the potential in Dennis Smith. And then if you look at his warm ups, you'd be like, oh snap, this boy really got the bunnies, man, because he's like. What, he's 6'3", so I mean that's about like average height for the point guards in the NBA.
But this
guy can get up there. Like, oh my god,
he thinks every game's like an all-star contest, and every warm-up is like the dunk contest. It's crazy, dude.
I saw the highlight where he recovered on defense. The offensive player got past him, but he recovered and he swatted that ball back so hard. I was like, man, Dennis Smith Jr., you're on a mission.
He's short, but he can get up there, bro. Yep. Straight up. And like 4 assists, 4 steals, and 8 rebounds for a guy who's 6'3", and he's just like, he's spreading the floor, man. He's shooting 3 from 5 from shooting. Like, that's pretty solid, second game.
Yeah,
I mean, it's just Summer League, but wow, like this guy, when he played against the Bulls, he had 14 points, 14 points, 7 rebounds, 6 assists, and that was his first game. Like, dude is going crazy.
So he's definitely spreading out on the stat sheet there, and that's good. I mean, the Mavs, I don't really have
Yeah, to me,
against the Mavs or anything like that. Kind of just I see them. I was glad Dirk won a ring.
Yep.
Yeah, so it's good to see that they've drafted correctly and they've made some moves. So I'm kind of eager to see how Dennis Smith turns out with a full season under his belt. Hopefully he stays healthy and everything.
Definitely a rookie to watch for the Rookie of the Year award. I think he's
so
going to
too,
be a candidate.
He's definitely going to get a lot of playing time too.
Definitely. And he could be like Brogdon the last Rookie of the Year. He just step into this position and
shouts out.
Yeah.
Posterizing legends, right?
Yeah, definitely a prospect to watch out for this year and this season. But we should get into the Paul George saying that people who say that he's going to LA for sure next year are overstating it, and that it's possible he can stay in OKC. What do you think about that?
I think the only way that Paul George stays in OKC is if they win a championship. That's the only way.
Yeah.
Because what's the point of staying in OKC if you're going to lose in the second round? Like, realistically, you can't even say that they could get past Minnesota on paper, because Minnesota has a unicorn on their team in Karl Anthony Towns. Yeah. Like that man is unguardable. Like, who's going to guard him?
He's one of the best big men in the league.
Yeah, right, and he's like 21 years old. He's got fresh legs. He can spread the floor. He could shoot threes. He could shoot mid-range shots.
Yeah, they definitely made a jump from what they were last year to now. And then it's gonna be crazy.
And putting Jimmy Butler in the mix with that team, like they have Andrew Wiggins who could guard Paul George. They have Jimmy Butler who could guard Russell Westbrook. And OKC doesn't even have enough weapons.
Yeah, but I also think that like if Paul George was he's in OKC now. He's with the MVP. He's with some pretty decent players, some seasoned players, not some rookies. So he wants to win, and I don't think that he would just go to LA just because he's from there,
Yeah, I don't think so either.
If LA sets up a nice, desirable position for some free agent like Paul George, where they can surround him with great players and like a chance to win, because at the end of the day, he just wants to win.
I think ultimately, him heading to LA depends on like his season with OKC and LA season with all the young guys. Definitely. Because if the young guys ball out and they establish themselves as a upward trending team and they don't stay stagnant in the West, then people are gonna look at LA and be like, I could walk into that and I could be playing with all these young dudes and we could be running the floor. And Lonzo Ball going to be throwing me alley-oops left and right. Like,
Yeah, definitely. But,
so,
yeah, it all depends on how the Lakers look this season, because they need to make it look really good for Paul George.
Yeah, this is purely speculation. But at the same time, if you're an LA fan and you're looking at Paul George and you're saying, okay, what does Paul George bring to the table? He's not a 3-and-D type guy. He's more, I feel like he's a two-way player, but at the same time, he's not clutch.
Very unclutch.
Yeah, very unclutch. I think he's like 15%.
But the past is the past. I'm not gonna. I mean,
true.
Who says he can't be clutch in the future?
Yeah, you're right. But at the same, if LA could, like, let's say Paul George doesn't come to LA, it's not the end of the road. You still have all those young guys, and you still have cap space, and you still, I mean, it just all depends until the end of the season. Like we can't really speculate. I mean, we could speculate, but we can't really be for sure on anything. Like,
he says, why would I leave OKC if we have a great year? I kind of believe him. If they're like the second or third seed and they do great in the West, I think Paul George would be like, all right, I'm gonna stay.
I feel like the regular season is just like, this season for him is gonna be it's gonna be the trial season. Like, it's definitely the trial season, because
it's not just a rental, for sure. Just not a rental. It could it could be a lot more than that.
Yeah, especially when he has Russell Westbrook on his team.
For real. I don't know how that's gonna work out.
The Brody.
Brody's a beast, man.
And then we also got some KD Paul George.
Oh God.
Some KD Paul George news. Apparently, so Paul George earlier in the week, he arrived in Oklahoma, and he arrived to a thunderous ovation, and like there was people waiting for him at the airport, and like people were going
it was
crazy.
Michael Jackson.
Yeah,
he looked like the Beatles.
Basically, and he said, I guess he said that KD called him and said that OKC will blow him away. Like he would be
in a good way.
Yeah, in a good way. It's gonna be like, I don't know if he was talking about the weather, because I know Oklahoma be crazy with that wind.
They got a lot of wind over there.
They got some crazy tornadoes.
It might literally blow them away.
But yeah. So I mean, Kevin Durant just adding to the
he's just saying this for
melting
attention,
pot
man.
right there. Yeah, right. He's got his cupcake hat on with a ring on it. He's talking about, I got a ring, I'm a Finals MVP, but OKC's pretty tight.
Bro,
but you left.
When I saw that video of all those people greeting Paul George at OKC, you know what I was thinking? I was thinking, damn, this is going to be the very opposite reaction like when he leaves. You know, they're going to be so mad when he leaves next year and goes to another team. They're going to burn his jerseys, you know, like they're only as loyal as, you know, the day you have him, because the day you don't have him, they don't care, bro.
Yeah, that's exactly what happened.
If you stay 20 years and you leave the next year, you know, they're going to hate you.
That's exactly what happened with Gordon Hayward. People were burning his jersey and stuff, and I'm like,
Utah should be grateful for every day Gordon Hayward came and played for that team,
because he balled out and he was an all-star for him and stuff, you know what I mean?
I can't blame all the Jazz fans though. That was just a few people, but it's just like, man, show some respect, because you were cheering for this guy for so many years, and now you're just like burning jerseys, man. It's like burning the flag.
Speaking of Boston, well, indirectly speaking of Boston, Avery Bradley got traded. He got traded to free up cap space for Gordon Hayward's contract. They traded him to Detroit, and they traded him for Marcus Morris, one of the twins.
Danny Ainge, you're a monster for that.
For real. Like,
how could you do Avery Bradley like this,
Avery Bradley is the only guard who could play defense on Kyrie Irving in the playoffs, and you just shipped him to the Pistons.
There's no good shooting guards in this league, and you're really just traded away the best one. He developed so well. Yeah, he's so great on offense.
Top 3 shooting guard in this league.
You don't have a player who could do that, offense and defense at the shooting guard position, and you just said, you know what?
I'm going to get rid of him.
Forget about it.
You could have got rid of Jay Crowder, but no. You kept Jay Crowder, and you got rid of Avery Bradley.
Straight up.
I don't know Danny Ainge.
I'm sure Avery Bradley, you know, I don't know, man. I can't even try to like fight that case.
Apparently the Lakers were trying to get him in that trade, but Danny Ainge was like, nah.
Yeah,
I don't like you, Magic. I don't like you.
Magic was talking about being, you know, at the position he's in right now.
Yeah.
And that when he saw the, you know, Celtics reps and like GMs at the draft or the lottery, that, you know, they didn't talk to him, and it was just like that, you know, competitive Laker versus Celtic thing.
That rivalry will never die. But that's
screwing us over, man. Like, I need you guys to just make cool trades and get along.
That rivalry will you'll never see the Lakers and the Celtics trading picks or trading players. You know, like that's just
nothing. I'm not down to give them any decent player. Like
I'll give them
cap space.
Yeah.
I'll give him some cap space. I'll give you a player for you to release.
I'll give him Mozgov.
Yeah, for real.
I'm gonna switch it up real quick. I'm gonna give you some soccer news, man. Ooh. We're gonna head out to the Premier League real quick. Just caught a flight to London. Actually, just caught a flight to Manchester.
It's raining.
We in Manchester right now with our boy, the newest member of the Red Devils, Manchester United's newest signing. Romelu Lukaku, the Belgian international striker, actually just got I guess in soccer it's not like a trade. It's more like, I'm gonna sign this contract with you, and it's gonna be worth, I'm gonna pay the club for the rights to your contract, and they just paid 97 million euro for Romelu Lukaku.
Damn.
And the bromance, the most interesting part about this whole thing is the bromance with him and Paul Pogba. They're hanging out all summer. They're in Greece, they're in China, they're in France, they're in wherever, Spain, and they're just hanging out. And then there's a video where Lukaku's like, "Hey man, I signed," and then Pogba's like, "Really?" He's like, "Yeah man," and they do like this crazy, super extra handshake, and it's just like,
Bro, they bro down. Yeah, like when you got those handshakes, you know you practice that. That didn't just come naturally. You've been hanging out a lot, bro.
So that's the big spenders right there. Manchester United finally got a striker. I think that's the first signing that they had. So, I mean, that just means that Ibrahimovic is walking out the door. Ibra's probably going to catch a flight to Los Angeles and be part of LAFC.
Damn, is it that point in his career where he's going to the MLS?
Yeah, Ibra, he's kind of old. He's coming off a lot of muscular injuries, quad injuries and stuff, so...
Does he still got that juice though? Because like he was like 90% confidence.
Bro, I think Ibra got the juice for like everybody. Like Ibra has enough juice for everybody, man.
Good. So hopefully he'll be in the Hall of Fame and MLS Hall of Fame.
Yeah, something. I don't even know if they have an MLS Hall of Fame, but I actually do hope he comes to LAFC. That'd be really dope.
Yeah, because then we can go watch him.
Yeah, we can go locally.
That'd be clutch.
Yeah, and Manchester United and Real Madrid are actually in the U.S. right now. They're practicing at UCLA, but we'll get more into that after this break.
Enjoy the music because it's the best music you're gonna hear on any sports podcast radio. We spent a lot of time listening to this.
Yeah, so we'll be right back. You're listening to Hot Streak with Saif and Seagod. Yo, we're back. Hot Streak podcast with Saif and Seagod. I'm gonna give you some the Gold Cup rundown. CONCACAF Gold Cup. That's the Northern American Continental Cup. So I'm just gonna give you a quick rundown of the scores. Canada played last week, July 7th. They beat French
Guyana.
French Guyana. That's a small little country.
I feel ignorant.
Yeah, Canada beat them 4-2, and then Costa Rica defeated Honduras 1-0, and then the U.S. actually played Panama. They actually drew blood first, man. The U.S. is they're playing with their B team.
That's right, baby.
They took like 70 minutes to actually find the net, and they found the net, and it was great. And then, bam, Panama's like, nah, it ain't over. So yeah, they tied up. They tied it up towards the end of the game. So it was like. It ended 1-1. And then Sunday, Mexico played. Mexico is also playing with their B team. I feel like there's a lot more pressure on Mexico than there is on the U.S. because Mexico has to be in the media's eyes, the Mexican media for sure. They're always putting pressure on the national team to succeed. And if there's the slightest mishap, it's like the end of the world. Like they're going in on the coach.
For the U.S., it's like a slightest mishap. Oh, we're used to that. Like this is what we expected. We had no hopes, and Mexico actually has high hopes.
Yeah, Mexico's playing with the B team, and they played El Salvador. They beat El Salvador 3-1. Jamaica won their first game. They played Curaçao. That's like a little small island country in the Caribbean. They beat them 2-0. So there's a lot. I feel like there's pressure on the U.S. to reach the final, and there's pressure on Mexico to win the tournament. And the pressure that Mexico receives from the fans, from the media, I feel like a lot of the players shrink under that microscope. The coach definitely shrinks under that microscope. The coach actually got suspended. Juan Carlos Osorio is actually suspended for the whole tournament because...
What did he do? Man?
Oh, man, at the Confederations Cup against Portugal, he got really, really animated with the fourth official.
Animated?
Yeah, he was telling a lot of impolite things to his face about his mother. So,
damn.
I mean, not about his mother, but like, you know what I mean. He was saying some crazy shit. So yeah, he got suspended for the whole Gold Cup. He's watching from the stands, from the press box. But overall, it's a good result for Mexico. Decent result for the U.S. They could always get better. But like I said, they're playing with their B teams. So we'll look forward to seeing if they could reach the final.
True. I just want to see the U.S. get one win, man. That's all we need. I don't need a tie. I don't need a...
Well, I mean, they've won the Gold Cup before.
Really?
Yeah, they have.
Amazing.
It's always the U.S. versus
USA. USA. Dude, I'm going to get ignorant if we win another soccer game, bro. I'm going to go crazy.
Oh, man. But, Yeah, so keep it locked for that kind of more on the Gold Cup, and that's going to be going on throughout the month of July. So we'll keep you updated on that as well.
And let's pivot over to like hybrid boxing and UFC real quick.
The fight of the century?
We have the fight of like what? I don't even know what goes past the century, bro.
The millennium.
The fight of the millennium.
As you guys know, you guys have probably heard, Floyd Mayweather versus Conor McGregor is a set fight. It's going to be August 26th.
Yep.
August 26th, pay-per-view. It's going to be $100.
They just had their press conference today in Los Angeles at the Staples Center today. And
they have a couple more dates coming up. I think it's like four dates nationwide. I don't know if it's an international press conference. Yeah, they're going on a press tour. And honestly, the press tour is a little bit more exciting than the fight's going to be. I'm not saying that there's going to be a knockout or anything. I'm just saying that boxing is a dead sport, and I don't know if Conor McGregor is actually a good boxer. I've seen his training videos. He looks okay, but I mean, obviously...
He's a good boxer. He's just not going to beat the best boxer, you know what I mean?
Floyd Mayweather is just unstoppable. He's the greatest points boxer.
He's a little old now. He's been saying, like, at the press conference, he said, like, oh, I'm not as fast as I was. I'm not the same guy I was 2 years ago.
Yeah.
Or even, a year ago. And I'm just like, either he's BSing because he wants to sell the fight and make it seem like Conor has a chance, or he's telling the truth and just trying to make it, downplay it when he loses, saying I'm old and it's, whatever.
But at the same time, on the opposite end of the spectrum, Conor McGregor has the supreme confidence. He has so much confidence that if you need some confidence, just ask him for some of his, because his confidence. Yeah,
he's like Conor Jr. He's like, Conor Jr. I know you're watching. I'm doing this for you. He's like, yeah, I just had a baby. It's the best moment of my life. He's like, yeah, this is going to give me the determination I need to whoop his ass.
Yeah, and then he's like, this guy's in a tracksuit. He can't even afford a real suit. He's broke. He offered to pay for Mayweather's taxes.
Couldn't afford them, bro. I bet he couldn't.
Yeah, he probably couldn't afford them. Not even after
Mayweather. That's one thing you can't go after him for.
Yeah,
that in boxing.
Mayweather got like 6 Rolex watches and shit.
Man.
McGregor showed up wearing what looked to be like a pinstripe suit, but if you looked closely enough, it wasn't just pinstripes. It was the words "fuck you" all over his
alphabet soup all over that shit, bro. Fuck you, straight up down it.
He called Mayweather a little man. He said he had little hands, a little head, a little core.
Hey, he did have a point though, because he was talking about fighting. He's like, in a fighting match, I'll whoop his I'm gonna whoop his ass.
Yeah. I think Mayweather said too. He said if this was an octagon, I wouldn't be too sure if I was gonna win, but it's the ring, so I know I'm gonna come out on top.
Yeah,
or something like that, something along those lines.
But he said he was down. He's like, I don't care what it is, octagon, and he's like, trust me, you do care, which is true. Like, you really do, care, bro.
Like, I don't know if he's ever been kicked by someone before, but McGregor got some nice kicks, man.
He wouldn't even know what to do in an octagon.
Yeah, he wouldn't.
He'd be just as lost as
his footwork would be all messed up and everything. And
as soon as they get to wrestling, like it's at one time Muhammad Ali went overseas to like, this has happened like 3 times in history, I guess. Like MMA versus boxing, and one of the times was Muhammad Ali flew to Japan to fight this martial artist, and Muhammad Ali was a good boxer at the time still, but he got there and he lost because it just turned into a wrestling match. And boxers are great at boxing, but he would be gone.
They're not built like, they don't train to be grappling and clinching. Yeah. I mean, the boxers do clinch, but that's to like catch their breath, And MMA fighters, obviously, there's the technique to it and stuff. So I'm kind of eager. I'm eager to watch the fight. I don't want to order the fight.
No, I'm definitely not gonna be.
I'd rather be like, yo, I'll give you like $20 and we can all go in on the fight.
Yeah.
But at the same time, like,
or we hit a Buffalo Wild Wings or some.
Yeah, the cover charge. It's just gonna be so packed.
Oh, they do have a cover charge.
Yeah, they have a cover charge too, but I mean, it's like $5, but whatever. Yeah. McGregor said that he's gonna knock him out within 4 rounds. I don't know.
Ridiculous.
He knocked out Jose Aldo with 1 punch, but you're not going to knock out Floyd Mayweather with one punch unless it's like
if you can get him.
Yeah, unless it's the most devastating punch in history. I don't think you can knock him out, man. Not in 4 rounds, not in 12 rounds. You can't hit him.
Their press conference, though, like, that actually, like, it was such a hyped up press conference, and it was worth all the hype because it was so crazy, right? They were both going back and forth, and, like, McGregor's, you know, just anytime you hear him talk, like, he's the best at talking shit, so it sounds great.
Best shit talker.
Like, he'll make you believe he's gonna win when, you know, he doesn't have, like, a chance in hell, but, like, he's out there, like, going crazy, and it almost made me believe, like, yeah, he's got a chance, you know, but no, he doesn't. In my mind, I think it's game over. Like, this is an easy win for Mayweather, you know?
Yeah, I mean, put me in the ring with Mayweather. 100 million on the line. Put me in the ring.
Change my life, dog.
Yeah,
Come on. I just need like 50 mil, not even 100.
Let me change your life, Floyd.
He's just going to go start beating up amateur boxers now. He's not even trying to fight professionally anymore. He's trying to get that 50-0 to the 100-0.
Yeah, just fight me, bro. No training camp, no nothing. I'll see you tomorrow. Square up. Let's go.
No pay-per-view. We'll do this on Periscope, dog.
Yeah, we'll put this on Instagram Live.
Yeah. Some Facebook Live too. Whatever, man.
All right. So we're coming to the end of this episode of Hot Streak. It's been a real one. We hit all the topics. You already know. It's lit. Summer 100. Make sure you follow us at Hot Streak Podcast on Instagram and
Hot Streak Pod on Twitter. Just pod. Yeah,
we on the bird. Yeah, we on the bird.
Yep, we're tweeting now.
I might make a Facebook page. I don't know.
We're one of those eggs on Twitter, just like randomly spouting out stupid tweets. No, but yeah, follow us on Instagram. That's the main thing right there. We're just trying to get our followers up. You feel me? Hot Streak Podcast and hotstreakpodcast.com is a website. Listen anytime. We got some great episodes. This is number 2. Thanks for listening.
This was a Cesar Rodriguez production. Check out more at crpshows.com.